Riding off the high of 2 successful Pokemon challenge runs, I decided to take on my hardest challenge yet, Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux, a difficulty hack created by Driano. This very difficult hack makes existing fights harder and adds new, difficult fights, making any fight in the game a potential run killer. Using the normal hardcore Nuzlocke rules, Pokemon faints it dies, only use the first Pokemon each route, no for leveling, no items in battle mode set, and if all Pokemon faint, I have to restart the game. I'm JJJreact, I'm probably one of the best VTuber Nuzlockers in the world. This isn't still an intro, so join me for the story of my third run of Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux as a hardcore Nuzlocke. Until this point, Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux had been kicking my ass. After 2 failed runs, I knew I had to change something up. So this time, I decided to go a different starter, choosing Oshawott this time instead of Snivy, hoping it would fare better against Berg. At this point, I got an early game out of science. Until this point, Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux had been kicking my ass. After 2 failed runs, I knew I had to change something up. So this time, I decided to go a different starter, choosing Oshawott this time instead of Snivy, hoping it would fare better against Berg. At this point, I got an early game out of science. A battle with last Isabelle, which is a potentially scary fight. Thankfully, I had 5 planned for the fight, so I had Oshawott first against the Purloin. Oshawott has Fury Cutter, which does do super effective damage to Dark type Purloin, taking it out in one shot. The only thing that's scary was the potential of pursuit if I ended up switching out. With the last Isabelle's Purloin down, she then sets Sunkern, forcing me to switch into Pidgey. Pidgey's easily able to take a town from the weak Sunkern and take it out in one shot with Gust. Then, out comes last Isabelle's own Pidgey, who I'm thankfully able to take out once again with Pidgey, allowing me to continue on with the game. And then my rival makes the backstep play, the second rival battle out the grass type Snivy into Pidgey, dangerous one, allowing Pidgey to once again take out another Pokemon with the Gust. My rival leads with Tato, and I once again lead with Pidgey. Pidgey's able to easily take it down Tato in a couple hits. Dangerous switch. Then my rival makes the backstep play, use the grass type Snivy into Pidgey, dropping my defense and Pidgey to once again take out another Pokemon dangerous with the Gust. But Swallow is thankfully able to take out Pampur. Next out is Pampur, so I switch out into Swaddle. This is a potentially dangerous switch, as it means Pampur can use Tickle, which it does, dropping my defense and attack. This makes it a slightly dangerous fight, but Swaddle is thankfully able to take out Pampur with Razor Leaf. I then get an egg for Decalerity, which hatches into a Spheal. This Spheal is not very useful early on, except for against fighting against Bryson, will become very useful very later on against the numerous Dragon types at late game. My first few runs, I'm now feeling very confident with my party as I continue on with the game. Oshawott, and with that confidence, I'm into the first difficult set of fights in the game. A pair of trainers in Order's house, with no healing or changing of the party order in between. Despite this being a very difficult fight, it caused a lot of difficulty on my first few runs. This time, I'm able to easily take out the fire trainer with Oshawott, with some assistance from Thick Fat Spheal, and then Pidgey's able to easily take out the grass trainer. Unfortunately from there, things don't get much easier, as right off of the cusp of that, I'm into another difficult fight, Last Serena. Thankfully, I'm able to just maneuver around the fight, and get it through without any deaths, as we move on to the next difficult fight, first gym leader Sharon. Sharon leads with his Minccino, while I lead with my Swaddle. Swaddle is able to get Minccino within kill range, but is unfortunately taken up at good voice. Not only is this the first death of the run, but it also means I can't get off a vital speed drop, making the fight significantly harder. Thankfully, I'm able to send up Pidgey, who's able to sweep most of the team, while Spheal finishes off the Munchlax, securing me badge 1. Now, after being Sharon, I'm back to Route 20, and face my first double battle of the game, which proves to be a very difficult and very costly fight. I leave with a newly fished up Remoraid and my Pidgey. Looking at this fight bonds my first big threat, so take it out quickly. This time needs confusion, and now comes Lombre. Expecting Lombre to attack Remoraid with the grass type move, I switch into Flaffy. I don't see Mountain as much of a threat, which means that it's able to get off confusion, killing Pidgey as it focuses on Lombre. And with that, the MVP of the first gym goes down. Thankfully, however, Pansage and Flaffy are able to squeak through the win, allowing me to get through without any more deaths. As a paralysis, thankfully, Melda filled in all of his missing spots with the multiple encounters to get for Gym 2, killing a Whipper, who will be a massive asset to the team. I also gifted Bulbasaur, Revolver Ivysaur, as well as numerous other encounters. She leads to the Trubbish, and I read from Raid, the Snowball, and really put in a dangerous position by Toxic Spikes. Underestimated Poison Tail causes Ivysaur's death. Me to switch out my Pokemon. Right after, things get immediately worse, will take out my Chansey. The one thing I didn't want to see. Despite all those deaths, chooses Explosion, taking out Remoraid. Explosion, she leads to the Trubbish, and I read from Raid, but immediately put in a dangerous position by Toxic Spikes. These Toxic Spikes make it very difficult for me to switch out my Pokemon. Things get immediately worse when I see the one thing I didn't want to see. Trubbish chooses Explosion, taking out Remoraid. Explosion takes out both Trubbish and Remoraid, forcing me to send in Duwat and Roxy to send in Coughing. Knowing Coughing will always Psybeam into Duwat, I now need to make a difficult choice. I realized that the best way to maintain momentum in this fight and secure a win is to send in Flaffy, sacrificing it, get off Paralysis. Flaffy's death then allows me to get Clean Switch into Ekans, who's immune to Toxic Spikes. Ekans takes out coughing, and out comes Krogunk. With Ekans now in kill range from a hit from Krogunk, I need to make another choice. I know Quagsire needs to be in. If I hard switch, even if I take out Krogunk, I'm now in dangerous position against Whirlipede. This unfortunately means my safest play at this point is to sacrifice Ekans. Ekans goes down, and out comes Quagsire. Quagsire's solid stats and access to good ground type moves means that I can easily take out Krogunk. Then, Whirlipede comes out, a very scary Pokemon. Moving forward with almost only after getting dangerously close to Quagsire dying against Whirlipede, Quagsire's able to land a killing blow, gaining me badge number 2, as the run continues to trudge on. Unfortunately, every sacrifice, every mistake up to this point, especially the ones in the fight with Roxy, mean I'm now trudging forward with almost only water types. As I approach the fight that's been terrifying me this whole run, the shadow looming over my head, Berg. Berg is one of the hardest fights in the game, and caused me to wipe my original personal best. Now, as I march on towards Castelia City, I can feel Berg's shadow looming over my head, as I enter the next few difficult fights required to even get to Castelia City, starting with a double battle against Team Plasma Grunt. My first order of business in this fight is taking out Carvana. Carvana has an ability speed boost, which makes it at every turn it gets even faster, making it even more of a threat, meaning I need to double into it immediately to kill it. Once Butterfree comes out, I'm able to use Icy Wind, which is able to hit both of them at once for super effective damage. This takes out a Mulga, my biggest threat to my mainly water type team. After that, I'm able to take out both Beedrill and Butterfree, allowing me to get through this difficult Team Plasma double battle. Into Woo is right off back to 320 for another Team Plasma fight against a single Grunt. The Grunt leads Yamask, and I lead Finneon. Despite a burn, Finneon's able to take out Yamask, and out comes Mawile. Knowing Mawile Thunderfangs, I use this opportunity to switch into Whoop. The Quagsire, who is immune to Thunderfang, give me a clean switch. Whoop is then able to take out Mawile with ground type moves. With Spheal, then out comes Zubat, so I quickly switch into Bob with Cidio, who makes short work of Zubat with Icicle Spear. On the other hand, can't do much damage to Cidio due to both its bulk. The next fight on my list is Bryson, an Ice type trainer and former gym leader. Now super with Spheal, and I with my Cidio. Due to Spheal's bulk, I take out a good amount of HP with Super Fang. Spheal on the other hand, can't do much damage to Cidio due to both its bulk and its 8 times resistance to Ice type moves due to its ability Thick Fat. After another Super Fang, Bob is then able to kill Spheal with Bubble Beam, and out comes by its next Pokemon, a Swinub. This once again is a very little threat, but I decided to play it safe and switch into Finneon as Cidio will be useful in a later game. Finneon is able to easily take out Swinub with super effective Brine, and out comes his next Pokemon, Cubchoo. Evolve it into Finneon is able to take out both Cubchoo and Vanillite, and now I'm going to continue on to Castelia City as I approach the fight with Berg. When I reach Castelia City, I pick up a Cyndaquil who evolve into Quilava. I then head to Route 4 and pick up a Sandshrew. I evolve it into Sandslash, as well as teach it Accelerock, which will hopefully make it a dangerous weapon against Berg. Unfortunately, when I do get to Berg, things spiral. There, I lead Haunter, getting a Hypnosis off to prevent Salt Lock, and then switch into Duwat, forcing Double to switch out. This out comes Parasect, so I switch into Audino to sack it to get Haunter back out. Haunter is then able to take up Parasect with Killer Masquerain. From there, Quilava was able to sweep the rest of Berg's team, and we're finally through the hardest fight so far in the run. Unfortunately, however, due to significant losses in this fight, and the subsequent Culvus fight, I end up wiping to the final trainer in Elsa's gym. After this run, I decided to take a short break to play Vanilla Black 2, to better prepare myself for this hack.